Hello guys, what is up? It's your boy Bookie Noodles, and I am back with another video. Today we are doing book mail, and holy cow, I might break this up into two parts, so it might be two different videos. I don't know yet. There's a lot of books. So we'll see how tired I get halfway through, and if I still have enough steam to go, then I'll go. But right now I feel a little tired, and it's the first thing in the morning, so I just woke up not too long ago, but I really wanted to shoot this video, so let's do this. So, first books I have here, how about I show you guys the books I got for Christmas for my brother. So, the first book I got here is a two-story book. It's by George Orwell. It's 1984, An Animal Farm. Now, they only have praise for both stories on the back, but they do have a synopsis on the inside flap. So let me read you what they're about. 1984. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. In 1984, London is a grim city in the totalitarian state of Oceania, where Big Brother is always watching you and the thought police can practically read your mind. Winston Smith is a man in grave danger for the simple reason that his memory still functions. Drawn into a forbidden love affair, Winston finds the courage to join a secret revolutionary organization called the Brotherhood, dedicated to the destruction of the party. Together with his beloved Julia, he hazards his life in a deadly match against the powers that be. Alright, Animal Farm. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. George Orwell's classic satire of the Russian Revolution is the account of a bold struggle initiated by the animals that transforms Mr. Jones' Manor Farm into Animal Farm, a wholly democratic society built on the credo that all animals are created equal. Out of their cleverness, the pigs Napoleon, Squealer, and Snowball emerge as leaders of the new community in a subtle evolution that proves disastrous. The climax is the brutal betrayal of the faithful horse Boxer when totalitarian rule is reestablished with the blood-stained postscript to the founding slogan, but some animals are more equal than others. So did that just tell the ending right there in that synopsis? I hope not. But that is the George Orwell book I got. Put that right there. Separate them so I don't show it twice. Next we have my brother gave me Horns by Joe Hill. And it's funny, I don't think I actually own this book. But Horns is one of those books that I really want to read. There's a movie on Netflix. I think I watched a little bit of it. And it has the guy who played Harry Potter in it, and he did a really good job. I would love to read the book, though. So, I have the book now. So, can't wait to read it. Let me read the synopsis for you guys. Marin Williams is dead, slaughtered under inexplicable circumstances, leaving her beloved boyfriend Ignatius Parrish as the only suspect. On the first anniversary of Marin's murder, Ig spends the night drunk and doing awful things. When he wakes the next morning, he has a thunderous hangover and horns growing from his temples. Ig possesses a terrible new power to go with his terrible new look, a macabre gift he intends to use to find the monster who killed his lover. Being good and praying for the best got him nowhere. Now it's time for revenge. It's time the devil had his due. Alright, be right back. Had to blow my nose. Alright, next I'll show you this book. So I found this publisher recently, and they're called Raven Tail Publishing, And they had another book I bought. I can't remember what it was called, but oh, it had a train on it. I think it was like something 99. I forget what it was called. But overall, I'm excited to read Raventail Publishing books. This book is huge, coming in at around 342 pages. So, it's The Face on the Poster by Corlett Dawn. Let me read the back. Savannah has just hung up the phone with her daughter, attempting to get a few groceries before picking her up from cheerleading practice. On her way out in the periphery, she spots a missing poster with her daughter's face. Is Maddie missing? Is Savannah crazy? Has he found them? Or is someone out to get them? Mysteries. I can't wait to read this. Alright, next, we have a book by Mike Duke. This is The Signal. And let me get my screen back up so you guys can see the cover better. Let me read the back. The Evangeline, a deep space mining vessel, picks up an anomalous signal while scanning an asteroid field for potential resources. When the captain and crew attempt to locate the signal, the cosmos unhinges and reality begins to twist and change. For most of the crew, the signal seems to be a wondrous blessing. But for Esther, a deaf data analyst who can feel it but not hear it, the signal becomes a debilitating force as they draw closer to its source. The need to discern the signal's nature and meaning becomes an obsession with the crew, one which Esther fears they may be willing to sacrifice all for. That's The Signal by Mike Duke, and it comes in at 114 pages, so very quick read. Alright, next we have, hold on one second. I want to put all these books together so I can, like, tell you which books I got from who, you know? Because there is one more person that gave me some books here. I guess I'll start with, these books. This is Chopping Spree by Angela Sylvain. This is part of the Unnerving Publishing, or Unnerving Press's, Rewind or Die series. Sorry. This book comes in at 103 pages. There's even a playlist on the back. Chopping Spree playlist. That is so cool. I like that. But, yeah, this is a part of the Rewind or Die series. It's not actually a, you don't have to read them in order, basically, is what I'm saying. They're all their own stories. Like, the first one I read was Benny Rose, the Cannibal King by Haley Piper, and it was really good. Then I read one called Hooker, which was just, okay. I think I gave it either 2 or 3 stars. It just wasn't my favorite. It was called Hooker. So I'm 1 for 2 for this Rewind or Die series. I want to try one of these books soon, but let's see what Chopping Spree is about. Eden Hills, Minnesota is famous for one thing, its 80s-inspired fashion mall. When high school junior Penny lands a job at one of its trendy stores, she notices her teen co-workers all wear the strange symbol they won't explain. Suspicious but wanting to belong, she agrees to stay after closing it for a party in the clothes store. Her fun turns to terror when Penny discovers a mortally wounded boy and learns there is a killer loose in the mall. Soon the teens are running for their lives. Will Penny discover the truth behind the mall cable and survive to slay another day? Or will she fall victim to the Galleria of Gore? Dun dun dun! And I really think this book's going to be a good one. It comes in at 103 pages, so. Next we have Jody Smith, Who Will Save Your Soul? And that's a tagline down here saying, a group of teenagers, a cabin in the woods, a slumbering demon, what could go wrong? So this gives me vibes from Evil Dead. So let's see what it's about. Deep in the woods, there's a cabin. Buried beneath that cabin is a demon. A group of high schoolers dupe 2 classmates into assisting in bringing rise to the demon, but something goes wrong and the teens face off with a gory, blood-dripping, splatter-smattered onslaught that will transform and terrorize them. Wild, grotesque, hilarious, who will save your soul is what would happen if Evil Dead and Dead Alive made sweet love and gave birth to a book baby. Ain't that awesome? Next, we have Nico Bell's Food Fight, or Fright. And the tagline says, death never smelled so good. Let's read the back. High school junior Casey Adler just wanted the bullying to stop. She thought gaining a spot on the varsity soccer team would whip up instant friends, but it isn't until the popular girls need Cassie's help that they acknowledge her presence. Cassie reluctantly agrees to participate in a prank that turns sour fast. Now with blood on their hands, she and the popular girls race to cover their tracks. But something savage knows what they've done, and it's hungry for revenge. Can Cassie redeem herself before it's too late? Or will her deadly sins catch up to her? And it says ketchup, like, you know, the bottle ketchup. So yeah. Next is Lisa Quigley's Camp Neverland. And I don't know if you can look closely there, but there's tendrils in the sky, in the purple sky, and then there's a face. All right, let's see what this is about. Camp Neverland is special. At least that's what it said in the mysterious brochure. But when Max arrives to discover her tormentor, Chuck Snyder, is there too, her hopes for a magical summer are dashed. Still, the bond she develops with her cabin mates feels almost too good to be true. And when kids start dying in gruesome ways, Max hides a frightening secret. She soon learns just how far she'll go to belong. And this book is actually a little bigger than the other ones. This one comes in at 100... Oh, actually, it's not. It's 119 pages. Next, we have Ernie Kaltenberner Jr., City of the Creeps. The Crazies meets the Day of the Dead, molded for a modern raider ship. The virus is smart, learning as it goes, and finding opportunities to thrive. People are changing. They're quiet. They're spacey. They're harboring something foreign and looking mingle. People are biting. People are chasing. People are spreading a virus that turns even most civilized into a creatures of violence. Can a small group of survivors make it through the day, or will they survive the night? Survive unscathed? No. Survive unchanged? No. Survive uncontaminated? Maybe. Boom. Oh, and this one comes in at 111 pages. Alright, that's enough for the Rewind or Die series. Next, we have some books that I got from Brian Barry. So the first book we have here is by Tim Curran, Skin Medicine. An unspeakable evil is stalking the territory Civil War veteran and bounty hunter Tyler Cabe, who is tracking a merciless murderer. Must find a way to battle something beyond the imagination of living man. And that's literally all it says. Boom. And this is a big book coming in at, I want to say 300 pages, but let's see here. Here's the epilogue. 272 pages. Next, we have another book Brian Barry gave to me, Resurrection by Tim Curran. I think I said Tim Curry before. I meant Curran. Look at that. All right. The rain is falling and the dead are rising. It began at an ultra-secret government laboratory. Experiments in limb regeneration and unspeakable union of medieval alchemy and cutting-edge genetics result in a very germ in the very germ of horror itself, the gene trigger that will reanimate dead tissue, any dead tissue. Now it's loose. It's gone viral. It's in the rain, and the rain has not stopped falling for weeks. As the country floods and corpses float on the streets, as cities are submerged, the evil dead are rising, and they are hungry. Alright, then I got this one. This is The Squirming by Jack Hamlin. You are their hosts. You are their food. The parasites came out of nowhere, squirming horrors that enslaved the human race. They turned the population into mindless pack animals, psychotic cannibalistic hordes whose only purpose was to feed them. I'm sorry. Now, with the human race teetering at the edge of extinction, extermination teams are fighting back, killing off the parasites and their ferocious hosts, taking them out one by one in a violent, bloody encounters. The future of mankind is at stake, and time is running out. Boom. And then I got one more book here from Brian Barry. Michael Marshall's 10th anniversary special edition, The Straw Men. I have no idea what this book's about. But I'm sure there's a synopsis on the inside flap. So let's see here. Yeah, there is. Okay. In Montana, a man attends a funeral for his parents, ostensibly killed in a car crash. In Los Angeles, a 15-year-old girl is abducted by a man assumed dead. These events are linked by the fact that in both there is something missing, as there is in so much of the world for so much of the time. What's missing is a secret, something which strikes at the heart of what it is to be human, what it is that makes us this way. So yeah. And I believe this copy, if I'm not mistaken, yep, is signed. Signed to 774 copies, and mine is a publisher's copy. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Alright, the last few books we have here are not from anybody. They're just books I bought. So the first one I have here is The Dark Side by Greg Beck. I've tried a Greg Beck book before, and I wasn't really too thrilled by it, but this one sounds really great. So let me read the back for you guys. Here we go. Hundreds of thousands of miles away on the dark side of the moon, the Russian lunar base has self-destructed. All personnel are dead except one, Olga Sobakin. The lone survivor seeks refuge at the rival American base. Olga tells the Americans her base was attacked by a horrifying and nightmarish creature. The pattern was the same. People vanished, leaving nothing behind but shredded clothing and an unidentifiable waste product. The Americans are skeptical of her story at first, but then people begin to disappear. Back on Earth, just before the American lunar base goes completely dark, a single message is received. Life form. Intercepted whisperings from Russian intelligence indicate that a deadly spreading attack and a rising global threat. Escalated to priority 1, there's only one team up for the task. Alex Hunter and his elite group of hawks are on a rescue mission to the desolate and darkest unknown. Who or what awaits them on the dark side? The dark side of the moon. Next we have this really cool copy of Gassed by Edward Lee. I love this cover better than the other cover, but you know, the other one is the author's preferred edition, but I'm guessing this is the uncut author preferred edition. So yeah, it's a chunker. Let me see here. This is by Evil Cookie Publishing, by the way. They're like republishing all of Edward Lee's books. And they're doing a great job, I hear. So, yeah. This one comes in at 460 pages. Let me read the back. The Railroad and the House. Oh, did I show you the cover? It has a train on it. I love trains. No train has run on this railroad since the end of the Civil War. A railroad built by a servitor to perfect evil. And its rusted tracks run right behind the house. Justin Collier expects his respite in Gas, Tennessee to be relaxing, if not a bit dull, but he will find out soon enough that those same train tracks once led to a place worse than hell. Welcome to the Gas House. So it's like a bed and breakfast type place, you know? I can't wait to read this book. This book looks so awesome, and I love trains. Guys, I love trains. I buy books that have trains on them all the time. Like, I got this one right here, Downbound Train, like not too long ago. And it's by Bill Garnett. And I just love trains. I also bought another book that has a train on it. I think it's on my shelf over there. So, yeah. But, yeah, I can't wait to read this book. Next, we have Tim Curran's Skull Moon. Montana Territory, 1878. Wolf Creek is under siege by a vicious, flesh-eating evil that stalks the night, leaving dismembered and devoured corpses in its wake. It is unknown, unseen, and unstoppable. Enter Joseph Longtree, Deputy U.S. Marshal. He knows there is a rhyme and reason behind the killings, but to discover the truth will mean penetrating the local superstition, corruption, and vice, which will ultimately bring him face to face with a monstrosity out of the Native American folklore. Hello, Lula. Hello, baby. So that is Skull Moon by Tim Curran. Oh, and I'm almost done, Lula. If you could have waited just a few more minutes, I would have been done and I would have let you in. But no, you had to go and bust in. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Lou busted in and I had to get her comfortable on my bed, which meant moving a lot of books. So, all right, last book we have is Sean Hudson, Heathen. I already read about this book, you know, and what it's about in another video when I got this book, I think. So I didn't really want to read this, but here's the back if you want to read it for a second. Or look it up on Goodreads or Amazon. It will be there. So yeah, Sean Hudson's Heathen. And that is it, unless you want to count this. I got this at the game yesterday. If you don't know, I'm a big Lions supporter. We suck, but we're doing good this year. And we suck as a franchise, you know, like, it's no denying that our years and years and years of failure, you know, it's bad. But I went to the game yesterday, and I was bummed out that we didn't get there early enough to receive a bobblehead of Jared Goff, our quarterback. But my mom did some talking with some people, and we got this bobblehead, and it's awesome. It's Jared Goff bobblehead. Although he looks high as, you know, he is high. Look at that head. Yeah. It's not really painted very well, but that's okay. I didn't expect it to be like a great, you know, but I got a bobblehead. Ain't that cool? Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a spooky night. That was the book mail. I hope you have a great day. Peace out, guys. There's one more book. No, Luda, don't touch the books. Don't touch the books. Don't touch the books. Don't touch the books. The last book we have here is Tim Curran's Grim Riders. Let me read the back for you guys. 5 years of hell. Day after day, Nathan Patridge endured a dehumanizing, brutal conditions of Arizona territorial prison until he became more animal than man. He kept his sights on his parole, his loving wife, and $80,000 in robbery money he had hidden. Then his house burned down, and his wife disappeared in the flames. He busted out to get his money, only it's gone. And only his wife knew where it was hidden. Now he's after her, and on his trail are desperate manhunters, the worst criminal scum of the territories, as well as one dodged, relentless federal marshal and two deranged bounty hunters whose chosen prey is human. But Patridge's most desperate enemy might be his own father, a man who's been in the grave for 10 years. Bum bum bum, Grim Riders. And that is it. So I already said goodbye, so bye!